Hello! Today we'll be talking about Ampharos. It's the first second electric evolution that was introduced as a second evolution, and electric-type Pokémon with a Mega Evolution. The first final pure electric evolution, Pokémon with a Mega Evolution, and first, second, non-starter evolution of Gen 2, and the only electric Pokémon with a Mega Evolution that's its second evolution. If one wishes to consider Mega Ampharos the 181st Pokémon, that form is the first electric dragon-type Pokémon. Ampharos is the final evolution of Mareep, who evolves into Flaffy, who evolves into Ampharos at level 30. Its previous PYT dates are August 25th, 1996, June 16th, 1999, April 6th, 2002, January 25th, 2005, November 16th, 2007, September 6th, 2010, June 27th, 2013, April 17th, 2016, February 6th, 2019, and November 27th, 2021. I find Ampharos to be an interesting evolution of a sheep Pokemon, as it doesn't have any wool, or at least it doesn't have the large patches of fluffy wool. I like that Mega Ampharos brings back the fluffy wool. I think the flowing hair is ridiculous. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Ampharos, the light Pokemon, whose number is 0181. This is Ampharos, this is what it looks like. This is Mega Ampharos, this is what it looks like. Types, electric as regular Ampharos, and electric dragon as Mega Ampharos. Abilities, static as regular Ampharos. Its hidden ability is plus. Mold Breaker is Mega Ampharos' ability. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 45 or 11.9%, breeding, egg groups monster and field, hatch time 20 cycles. Height, regardless of form, is 4'7" or 1.4 meters. The weight, regardless, is 135.6 pounds or 61.5 kilograms. Megastone is Ampharosite. Base experience yield 194 in Gen 2 through 4 and 230 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 3 and its special attack. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is yellow and base friendship is 70. Ampharos is an electric type Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves from Flaffy starting at level 30. It is the final form of Mareep. Ampharos can Mega Evolve into the electric dragon Mega Ampharos using the Ampharosite. Ampharos was officially revealed in the May 1997 issue of Koro Koro, along with Donphan and Slowking. Biology: Ampharos is a yellow bipedal ovine Pokemon with a white belly. It has conical ears with black stripes and a red orb on its forehead. Its long neck has several black rings around it near the base. Its stubby arms resemble flippers, and each foot has a single white nail. It has a long black striped tail with a red orb at the tip. The orb on its tail can shine so bright that it can be seen from space. People have used the light as a beacon or to send signals across the ocean. Ampharos is generally found in grasslands, though it can also be found in farms alongside its pre-evolved forms Mareep and Flaffy. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, the tail light of a sleeping Ampharos can sometimes seen in the distance at night. I think that's supposed to say sometimes be seen. The reason is due to Ampharos forgetting to turn off its tail light before going to sleep. Aww. Forms: Ampharos can Mega Evolve into Mega Ampharos. As Mega Ampharos, its toes turn black and it regrows white wool at the back of its head and over its tail, having its genes stimulated by Mega Evolution. This energy also awakens its long sleeping dragon blood. Its long, woolly tail has many small red orbs attached to it. Its conical ears retain its stripes, but are now segmented with swirled tips. When it increases the amount of electrical energy within itself, the red orbs on its body and wool emit a strong light. So you can see Mega Ampharos here. Evolution: Ampharos evolves from Flaffy and is the final form of Mareep. So you got Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos. Game data, NPC appearances: Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver. Jasmine's Ampharos. Amphi lights the Olivine City Lighthouse. Amphi was initially sick, and Jasmine would not allow a gym battle until it was cured. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon: Ampharos is the leader of the Expedition Society. The other members trust Ampharos despite his poor sense of direction. Pokedex entries in Generation 2 in Gold: the tail's tip shines brightly and can be seen from far away. It acts as a beacon for lost people. Silver: the bright light on its tail can be seen far away. It has been treasured since ancient times as a beacon. Crystal: when it gets dark, the light from its bright shiny tail can be seen from far away on the ocean surface. For Stadium 2, If you have Pokemon Red, Silver, or Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Ampharos gives off so much light that it can be seen even from space. People in the old days used the light of this Pokemon to send signals back and forth with others far away. It gives off so much light that it can be seen even from space. People in the old days used its light to send signals back and forth with others far away. Fire Red is the Silver entry, while Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, the tip of its tail shines brightly. In the olden days, people sent signals using the tail's light. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, their Gold and Silver counterparts. In Gen 5, Black and White is the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum entry. Black 2 and White 2. The tip of its tail shines so brightly it can be used to send sea navigation beacons to distant foreign shores. In Gen 6, I think this is the first time this has ever happened, X and Y are the same entry, and that entry is the Gold entries and Leaf Green's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Ampharos and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 7, for regular Ampharos and Ultra Sun, that light from its tail can be seen from space. This is why you can always tell exactly where it is, which is why it usually keeps the light off. Ultra Moon. Its tail shines bright and strong. It has been prized since long ago as a beacon for sailors. Mega Ampharos and Ultra Sun. Excess energy from Mega Evolution stimulates its genes, and the wool it had lost grows in again. Ultra Moon. Massive amounts of energy intensely stimulated Ampharos' cells, apparently awakening its long-sleeping dragon's blood. The Gen 8 entry is very similar to its Diamond and Pearl counterpart, but slightly different, so I'll read it. The tip of its tail shines brightly. In the olden days, people sent signals using the light from this Pokemon's tail. In Gen 9, Scarlet is the Silver entries, and Fire Red's entry. Violet is the Crystal entry. So we've got Ampharos in the Alola Pokedex and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Mega Ampharos in the Alola Pokedex and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Ampharos in the Paldea Pokedex, of course, next to the lighthouse. That makes sense. That's cute. Or on the lighthouse, I guess. Yeah, very clever reference. Game locations. Side game locations. Stats. Base stats for Ampharos. We'll compare Gens 2 through 5 and 6 onward. And then we will compare this one with Mega Ampharos' stats. HP 90, that stays the same. Attack 75, that stays the same. Defense 75, that goes up to 85. Special attack 115, that stays the same. Special defense 90, that stays the same. Speed 55, that stays the same. For a total of 500 and a total of 510. Now we'll compare Gen 6 onward with Mega Ampharos. HP 90, that stays the same. Attack 75, that goes up to 95. Defense 85, that goes up to 105. Special attack 115, that goes up to 165. Special defense 90, that goes up to 110. Speed 55, that goes down to 45. This one has a total of 510. This one has a total of 610. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, we'll compare Ampharos and Mega Ampharos. So, Ampharos is damaged normally by normal, fighting poison, rock, bug, ghost, fire, water, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. So, the ones that move are fire, water, grass, ice, dragon, and fairy. So it's damaged normally by normal, fighting, poison, rock, bug, ghost, psychic, and dark. Ampharos is weak to ground for double. Mega Ampharos is also weak to ground for double, but now it's also weak to ice, dragon, and fairy for double. Neither are immune to anything. Ampharos is resistant to flying, steel, and electric for half, which is also true of Mega Ampharos, but it also now has fire, water, and grass, also all for half. Oh, and electric is for a fourth. Learn set by leveling up. We'll do this Evo here, and then go down to 30. Upon evolution, you get Thunder Punch, 35 Power Gem, 40 Discharge, 46 Cotton Guard, 51 Dazzling Gleam, 57 Light Screen, and 62 Thunder. We're skipping by TM. Yep. And by breeding. Nothing by prior evolution. Side game data for Ampharos. All this. Yep. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia, in the browser entry. It attacks by scattering charged orbs of electricity and shooting electric bolts. In Guardian Signs, it restores the styler energy a lot. You got all this. Yep. Pokemon Sleep. The light from its tail can be seen from space. It's said that this Pokemon usually keeps the light off,
But if you see a light shining far off in the distance at night, perhaps it's a soundly sleeping Ampharos. So you got tail scratching sleep, head bobbing sleep, glowing tail sleep, and a top belly sleep. Got for Mega Ampharos, you got all that. Form data, Mega Evolution, so Ampharos, Ampharosite, and Mega Ampharos. Evolution data, you got Mareep, level 15, Flaffy, level 30, Ampharos. Sprites here, so okay, I mean, just a different shade of yellow, but pretty much the same. Got the 3 rings, got the 3 rings here, yeah, got a couple of rings for the ears, yeah, pretty much, and then belly's a little bit, I mean, it's a little bit, like, shorter, I guess, probably to fit the screen. Like, this one's a little bit longer, I guess, of a sprite. That's interesting. Crystals also seem to get even a little bit longer as well. That's interesting. Shiny is gray and purple. That's interesting. Then we got Gen 3 here. It takes the fluffy colors. That's cute for its shiny. And then, yeah, the red, or the yellow and the red are more like the actual one we have now, closer to it. It's also a little bit longer body and stuff. More like a bowling pin, I guess. Then, in Gen 4, not much changes. The lines look like they may be a little bit more separated from each other. Yep. But it might be slightly different colors, but otherwise basically the same. This is definitely, I forgot to mention Gen 3, that's more red. It was kind of more orange in the other one. And this is, yeah, blue with the fluffy color here. 5, all that. Yeah, the full back sprite. Models, pretty good. Yeah, and you got the Mega Ampharos, which is such a ridiculous idea. Yeah. Pretty good translation. So again, then of course Mega Ampharos is basically the same, but slightly lighter, because these are slightly lighter for some reason. Yeah, we got all that. Ooh, we get to... Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Okay. Home, you get to see these, yep. Pretty good, yeah. In the anime, Ampharos in the anime. Mega Ampharos in the anime. Pretty cool. Amphi's the big one for Ampharos. Yep. Yeah, I got all that. Okay. Pokedex entries. I've already recorded this first one in the anime section, so we'll let Dexter read it.
Ampharos, the light Pokemon. Ampharos emits a strong light from the tip of its tail, which can be seen over long distances and serve as a beacon to those who are lost.
In Advanced Generation, Episode 59 in May's Pokedex. Ampharos, the light Pokemon. Ampharos has the power to illuminate the tip of its tail. This special ability is used to guide the lost to safety. In Diamond and Pearl, Episode 130 in Ash's Pokedex. Ampharos, the light Pokemon. The tip of its tail shines so brightly that in days gone by, people used it to send signals to each other with the light. In Black and White, Episode 113 in the same Pokedex. Ampharos, the light Pokemon, and the final evolved form of Mareep. Because Ampharos' light can be seen from a great distance, people once used that light to communicate by sending signals back and forth. In Journeys, Episode 96 in Go's Riddle Phone. Ampharos, the light Pokemon, an electric type. The tip of Ampharos' tail lights up, guiding people who are lost. Like a lighthouse, this Pokemon is known for leading ships to safety. All that, again, in the manga. Ampharos in Pokemon Adventures, and Mega Ampharos in Pokemon Adventures. Next to the Mega Aerodactyl we talked about in the Aerodactyl video. Yeah. Okay, we got all that. And the TCG. Other appearances. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ampharos appears as a spirit. Trivia, an early design for Ampharos depicts it with a shorter neck. So you can see that here, an earlier Ampharos design circa 1997. I read the second point in the Lantern video. Origin, Ampharos resembles a sheared sheep that its evolutionary line leads up to as they lose wool with each evolution. It also shares traits with a lighthouse, such as its height, stripes, and the beacon on the top. The two also share a name. It, as well as its pre-evolved forms, may have been based on the title of the sci-fi novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Mega Ampharos' dragon type, woolly mane, woolly tail, jewel-like orbs on its tail and slender body suggest that it's based on a Chinese dragon. Name origin, Ampharos may be a combination of amp, a measure of electric current, and pharos, Greek for lighthouse, as well as amparo, Portuguese and Spanish for aid and protection. Denryu may be derived from denryu, electric current, as well as forming a pun on Denryu, electric dragon. It may also incorporate Denku, light bulb, referring to its tail. Now the languages, related articles, references, external links to the Mega Evolutions. And that's it. Let's move on.
Now let's watch the first scene in the anime of Ampharos.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 208, Fight for the Light. In this episode, Ash Ketchum and his traveling companions Brock and Misty, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu and Misty's Togepi, have come to Olivine City, where they have met Jasmine, the gym leader here. So a lot has happened, a bunch has happened, she's had to leave. And so they're trying to find her at this lighthouse. Yes, so they've gone up to the top of the lighthouse. And here we got our Ampharos. I'd say that's probably Ampharos' first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's see why people love Ampharos. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're on this single image, and that's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. This is Ampharos Thunder by Ishmam. So you got Ampharos performing thunder. It's pretty cool. It's like charging up and a bunch of lightning bolts are all around it. It's very good art. Let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I've talked about Ursaring to evolve Flappy into Ampharos. As for Mega Ampharos, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the Gen 6 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Blossom. As always, this is my proper outfit, and see me tomorrow.